How's it going, everyone? Paul with Adaptable Survival. What I want to do in today's episode is begin a basic survival series, and starting off with Firestarting 101. Today's episode we will focus on pre-made or commercially bought Tinders that we can carry in our kit. Stick with me as we dive into it. So with this basic survival series, what sparked my desire to begin this series is that I get a lot of messages from people saying, hey, I'd love to get some survival training. I just don't have the funds to get to a class or the ability at this time to travel to go to a class. And I was in the same ballpark for many, many years before I started my journey to become a survival instructor. So what I wanted to do with this series is begin breaking down different topics in basic survival skills to give you a solid foundation of learning, one off of a video here, but you can easily go out into the field, practice those on your own, and down the road, if the desire for yourself to get out and the means become available to get to a survival class, you'll have some solid foundation going in that you can continue to build off of. So like I said, in today's episode, we are going to focus on pre-made fire starters, Tinders that we can carry in our kit that we can easily get to and start a fire if we needed to, whether we are on a weekend camping trip or we are in a dire survival situation. All right, so I took all the fire starters that I brought with me out of my Tough Possum pouch and kind of organized them into a few different groups. This zip cube, I'll kind of leave that in the middle because I can't remember what that's made out of. But when you kind of look at fire starters that are available on the market, they generally fall into three categories. There may be some exceptions out there, but as fire starting, Tinder sources available commercially that you can get by for your kit, I found that they generally fall in these three categories. So down in the corner here, we got the SRO Mini Infernos, the Tinder Quick Tabs, which I got from 5 Coal Survival, and then just some UST wet fire tabs. I believe I bought these off Amazon. These are all based off of some sort of cotton material that's been treated with some sort of accelerant to sustain a flame for X amount of time and give you ability to start a fire by lighting one of these. The fire paste and the SOL Firelight cubes, fuel cubes, this is a jelly, and this I would assume is really similar. I just picked up the fire paste, so I don't have a ton of time using that yet, but these are more like, in a simpler term, chemical based. The zip, I believe this is just like some compressed cotton material or some sort of material that's going to burn up, and then it's been treated with some sort of accelerant. And then I have some chunks of fat wood here, as well as the Zippo Tinder shreds, which is just pine that's kind of been shredded up and then treated with a paraffin to give it some water resistance and prolong the burn time. So when you start deciding on fire starters, just pick up some, start messing around with them, start some fires with them, kind of get a handle on how to get them going, how to process them, those sorts of things. Now, there's not a right or wrong fire starter to use. It's just more dependent on what you want to use. For a long time, I've used Mini Infernos in these Tinder Quick Tabs. I like these Tinder Quick Tabs. If I stop getting tongue-tied, because they're nice and compact, I could fill up a Ziploc bag about this size with a ton of them and have tons of fires out of a little bag this big that's going to weigh nothing. So we can always tailor our kit to the trip that we're going on or wherever we may be going, with today being everything being wet because it's been raining the last day and a half here. I would bring maybe this fire paste because I can smear this on some sticks, hit it with a flame, and I know that that's going to start drying out that material and give me some time to heat up material, dry it out, and then for that to catch. And all these are going to do that. So, I could definitely get a fire going with any one of these. I'm not going to sit here and go through burn every single one of these today. I'm going to do some shorter videos on each single one by itself, go through burn time, etc. So I just wanted to kind of start talking about the available options out there. When you start looking at them and you can start deciding, all right, I like that, I don't quite like using these, etc., etc. Now, I didn't want to make this big, super drawn out video. I just wanted to do quick, short, simple video talking about commercially available fire starters and Tinders that you can always carry in your kit to start a fire whenever you may need one. So for me, coming from a background from security and emergency management and homeland security, I tend to prepare myself as best I can to make sure that I have the most likely scenarios covered, as well as some backup plans in place. So, I will always carry some sort of fire starter in my kit. Like I said, whether that's mini infernals, fat wood, zip blocks, fire paste, whatever I want to be carrying on that particular trip or that outing. And then I can always supplement that with tinder sources I find off the landscape, use it in my fire lay to get a fire going. So I just want to start that ball rolling for you to understand what options are available on the market that you can always have in your kit to get a fire going. So do me a favor, down in the comment section, let me know what fire starters you are using and which ones I should be checking out next. Like I said, I'll be doing some short videos on all of these by themselves, checking out burn time, processing them, all that stuff. So they'll all get their separate videos. So do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. That helps the channel get more circulation, gets more eyes on what we're doing here, helps bring those people into our community so we can grow our knowledge base and learn together and grow together. This has been Paul with Adaptable Survival. Adapt your mind, your body, and your gear.